Welcome back again to your trusted hub for the very latest Gunners updates, transfer scoops, and insider stories that every Arsenal fan needs to know. If you are joining us for the first time, make sure you smash that subscribe button, leave your thoughts down in the comments section, and stay tuned because today's update is loaded with breaking stories from the Emirates that you cannot afford to miss. Let's get right into it. Arsenal have reportedly received a shock-late bid for Belgian winger Leandro Trossard, even though the transfer window has already closed in the United Kingdom. According to Turkish outlet Saspor, Besiktas have tabled a £19.1 million offer for the 30-year-old attacker who only recently signed fresh terms with Arsenal. Now here's the twist. While English clubs can no longer bring in new players, they are still free to sanction departures to countries where the window remains open, and Turkey is one of those markets with deals permitted until September 12, meaning Besiktas still have time to push hard for Trossard's signature. The Belgian only arrived at Arsenal in January 2023 from Brighton and has been a useful squad player under Mikel Arteta, often providing crucial moments of quality but struggling for consistent starts because of heavy competition from Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and new summer arrival Ricardo Calafiori, who can also operate in attacking roles. That context makes Besiktas' bid especially interesting, because Arsenal earlier this year gave Trossard a new deal that improved his wages but did not extend his contract length. It still expires in 2027, just like before, which raised eyebrows among fans and pundits who felt the club were rewarding him without truly committing long-term. During the recently closed window, Trossard had already drawn interest from Brentford, Aston Villa, and several foreign clubs, but Arsenal decided to hold on to him for his versatility and experience with multiple competitions ahead. Now Besiktas are circling after missing out on Jadon Sancho, who instead sealed a shock-late loan to Aston Villa, with Villa covering a huge 80% of his £200,000 per week wages, leaving the Turkish club scrambling for another winger. The big question now is whether Arsenal will be tempted by this £19.1 million bid for a 30-year-old or whether Arteta refuses to weaken his squad mid-season. With just days before the Turkish deadline, it's a decision that could shape Arsenal's attacking depth this year. Meanwhile, the youth storylines keep shining as Arsenal youngster Max Dowen made his England U19 debut in a 2-0 victory over Ukraine on Wednesday. At just 15 years old, the midfielder, who only recently burst into the Premier League spotlight and even won a penalty for Arsenal against Leeds earlier this year, was called up directly from the U17s to represent the U19s, entering in the 70th minute with the Young Lions already 2 goals ahead thanks to strikes from Divine Mukasa and Shumera Muka. Liverpool's Ryan Gumoha also impressed, but it was Dowen's rapid rise that grabbed headlines. Having already become the second youngest Premier League player in history, Dowen is also included in Arsenal's Champions League A-list squad due to UEFA rules, a huge statement of faith from Arteta. Gabriel Jesus misses out as he continues to battle fitness concerns, but new signings Kepa Arrizabalaga, Piero Hincapié, and Victor Gyökeres all make the cut, while Academy stars Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly appear on the B-list. Arsenal's fixture calendar has also shifted. Their Carabao Cup clash against Port Vale has been moved to Wednesday, September 24th at 8 p.m. live on Sky Sports, and their Premier League home game against Crystal Palace has been moved to Sunday, October 26th to accommodate Palace's European schedule. Elsewhere, Gyökeres has spoken out against criticism of his £63.5 million transfer from Sporting CP, defending his move by insisting that clubs hold more power over transfers than players, and saying fans don't see the full story behind the scenes. Sporting director Andrea Berta has also been making headlines. Arsenal lost out on Joan Garcia, the Espanyol goalkeeper who joined Barcelona for £21 million, but Berta refused to pay the release clause and instead snapped up Kepa Arrizabalaga on loan for just £5 million. Garcia has started strong at Barca, with manager Hansi Flick already calling him the future of Barcelona, but Arsenal remain happy with their cheaper solution. And finally, Arsenal wrapped up their record-breaking summer with the arrival of Ecuadorian defender Piero Hincapié from Bayer Leverkusen on loan with an option to buy for £45 million. The 23-year-old was a Bundesliga champion under Xabi Alonso and brings athleticism, versatility, and international experience. His signing allows Jakub Kiwior to head on loan to Porto and provides Arteta with crucial defensive depth, especially with William Saliba sidelined through injury. Hincapié will wear the number 5 shirt and is expected to make his debut right after the international break. Arteta praised his physicality, tactical flexibility, and maturity, while Berta highlighted his consistency and international pedigree, calling him a player with both youth and experience who strengthens Arsenal's title push. Arsenal fans, it has been a whirlwind week with transfer shocks, academy breakthroughs, and fixture shakeups, and the season is only just heating up. According to Turkish outlet Saspor, Besiktas have officially made an offer worth £19.1 million for the Belgian international, a player who only recently put pen to paper on fresh terms with Arsenal. Now here's where it gets really interesting. While English clubs are locked out of signing new players until January, they are still free to sanction sales to leagues where the window remains open, and Turkey's market is still active until September 12th. That gives Besiktas a narrow but valuable window to push hard for Trossard, and the big question now is whether Arsenal will cave in or hold their ground. Trossard, who arrived from Brighton in January 2023, has been a valuable squad member under Mikel Arteta, capable of popping up with vital moments of quality but often finding himself on the bench due to fierce competition in the wide roles from Gabriel Martinelli, Bukayo Saka, and most recently Ricardo Calafiori, who has also been tested in advanced positions. What makes this bid especially intriguing is that earlier in the summer Arsenal gave Trossard a contract update that improved his wages but did not extend his stay. It still runs until 2027, the same date as before. That decision raised eyebrows as it suggested Arsenal were rewarding the player without fully committing to him long-term. During the recently closed transfer window, Trossard was already attracting attention from the likes of Brentford, Aston Villa, and several overseas sides, but Arsenal resisted all offers and kept him for his versatility across competitions. Now, Besiktas are circling after missing out on Jadon Sancho, who sealed a last-minute loan to Aston Villa with Villa covering the majority of his massive £200,000 per week wages, leaving the Turkish giants scrambling to strengthen their attack. With just days remaining before Turkey's deadline, Arsenal must decide whether to cash in on a 30-year-old for £19.1 million or to keep hold of a seasoned squad option for their title and Champions League push.